All right, so who's going to start?
I don't know. What are we going to say? You always start talking.
Okay. All right, well, everyone, welcome to the epic, awesome announcement that isn't so great.
You're right. It's not so great.
So we just wanted to update you folks, our church family, with where we're at regarding reopening the church and our plans moving forward. And so we've taken a look at the government of Saskatchewan's guidelines and requirements for gathering for houses of worship. And unfortunately, it does not look like we will be able to gather again in this sanctuary together as a large group for quite a while yet. How long, we don't know.
We don't know, but we are headed in the good direction. Our province is doing well, and we're making steps in the direction, but we're going to just have to wait a little bit longer because we want to do this in a safe manner, right?
Yeah, and the government of Saskatchewan has outlined that churches can have up to 30 people at a time in the building. And unfortunately, when all of us are gathered here together, we're closer to 200, maybe upwards of 250 if a lot of us come on a Sunday morning. And that would be like 7 or 8 services to try and get us all in. And that would be a logistical nightmare, number one. Number two, there's a couple other pieces. One, the government of Saskatchewan requires significant time and cleaning between services and requires that there would not be any contact had within the church building itself, which means that essentially if we did open the church, you would have to come to church, you'd be ushered into a pew, and then at the end of the service, you'd be ushered out of the church. And there would be no fellowship, there would be no time of gathering together and community building. And also, lastly, Jody, I know this one would really suck for you, no singing.
Yeah, no, you're right. No singing. Maybe some humming. I don't know.
4-part humming.
Maybe. But, I mean, joking aside, gathering together in small numbers with being ushered in and ushered out, discouraging fellowship, discouraging corporate worship musically, we thought, I think we're going to wait a little bit longer until we can do those things safely.
Yeah, to us, it just, as we were discerning with the Lord, it just didn't seem to make sense that our main focus when we gather back together, the big thing that Jody and I want to help us do really well when we can gather back together is fellowship. We want to be able to have this community. We want to celebrate communion together. We want to fellowship. We want to do this community stuff, this communal stuff together. And these restrictions just simply won't allow us to do that in any meaningful way. And with our live stream being so accessible on radio and on the internet, it just doesn't make much sense to us to bring a bunch of people in, have a bunch of extra risk, a bunch of extra cleaning and costs, and just a lot of really inconvenient and non-fellowship restrictions on everyone. And we really want to just wait. We just want to wait until we can gather together again as a church family and really enjoy each other's company, sing praises to the Lord, make a joyful noise, have a party. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, it's going to be a great party.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Well, that's the plan. So we're going to continue watching the guidelines from the government of Saskatchewan, and rest assured, as soon as we are able to make a way for us to gather together, have some fellowship, have a party together, we really want to do that. But we want to do that in a safe, responsible way. So we're going to keep looking at that. The other announcement is Sabbath week from the denomination, the Free Methodist Church in Canada.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the leadership team has gifted pastors across Canada with something they're calling Sabbath week. And they recognize that churches, pastors have had to pivot and hard. And it's actually been kind of stressful. It's stressful speaking to a little camera at the back of the room.
Ken's doing a good job. Ken, great job back there. Yeah. We love you, man. He's here filming us right now. He's always here. It's great. Really appreciate him. But it's so different, hey?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so Bishop Cliff and the others on the team recognized this hard pivot the pastors had to make and said, you know what, let's give you a gift. And so they've created this week, almost the end of June. And it's a gift to the pastors, and it's a complete gift because the NLT are going to provide you folks with the worship experience, so that the pastors actually, they don't have to put any effort. That doesn't sound right, but towards
so that
the
we can
Sunday.
rest.
Yeah.
Basically, the idea is that the NLT will be preparing a service for us. So that is June 28th. Is that right?
That's right.
So June 28th, the service will be provided by the Free Methodist Church in Canada across all churches in Free Methodist churches in Canada. And so we're going to link to that, and we're going to put that on our Facebook page and on our YouTube links. We're gonna put out to that. So on June 28th, you will not be seeing Jody or I or Ken or Jen or the others who have contributed to our live stream. We will be able to partake and watch a church service without having to participate in it, which will be really cool. So that's something that the national leadership team of the denomination has put together as a gift for us and as a gift for our pastors across the country. And in consultation with our board, the board has agreed that this would be a good opportunity for Jody and I to kind of have a week off from the live stream preparations and all that kind of stuff. We do want to say that we will be available. So even though we may not be in the building during that week, so that's going to be, what would that be, the 21st to 28th. Even though we won't be in the office, we will be available by cell phone, and you can grab that on our website if you need. We're still here to help you and support you. We're just going to be staying out of our offices and doing some resting, some family time.
And then we will be able to receive on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, from our NLT, which will be really cool.
Yeah,
really cool.
It's really nice.
So I think that's all the announcements we had for you. Thanks for going on this journey with us. It feels like forever ago that we made one of these videos, but it also feels like such a short time ago too. At the same time.
Yeah. Time during COVID has been really strange.
Yeah, it's so weird. So we just wanted to say thank you to our church family for understanding, for going with us. As always, if you have any questions, concerns, feedback for us, you've got our emails on our website and our phone numbers. We'd love to hear from you. If there's any way that we can support you as your pastors, we'd love to hear from you as well. And we're definitely praying for you guys, for our church family. We want to be praying for each one of you. So I'm sure a number of you have received a call from Jody or myself. And so that's one of the ways we're trying to connect with you. We're going to keep doing that. We want to keep connecting with you folks. But thanks again for lifting us up in prayer. I know a lot of you pray for us, which is a huge blessing.
Yeah, we feel it. Thank you.
Yeah, we definitely feel it, especially kind of when the cloud comes and just it feels like a grind and it feels like COVID's never going away and that stuff. So we really appreciate your prayers. We really appreciate your support. And we are very encouraged by you folks on a regular basis. So thank you so much. And we'll see you at the next big announcement video.
See you then.